Now, guys, little bit of discussion floating around the office this morning.
Healthy discussion.
Healthy discussion. Healthy discussion is good. T-Swizz, Taylor Swift has got a new song out. It's called Anti-Hero. You watch the music video and it's got the internet debating a lot this morning, and it led to a debate amongst us this morning too.
Yeah, that song, Anti-Hero, the lead single from Swift's new album, Midnights. And she said it's a collection of music that's been written in the middle of the night. It's a journey of sleepless nights from the highs and the lows of her life.
Yep.
And part of the film clip in it, it's, talking about all the things she's had to wrestle with herself in life that she's struggled with. And part of the film clip is Taylor Swift stepping onto the scales to weigh herself. And rather than it bringing up a weight, it just says in capital letters, fat.
Yes.
And the other Taylor Swift version of herself in the film clip is judging her for it.
Yes.
And lots of people are coming out going, come on, Taylor, of all the things you could have put in your film clip, you didn't need to be fat phobic. You probably didn't need to point out the idea that being fat is the worst thing you could possibly be. So lots of people are very upset about it because they're going, Taylor should know better, as someone who has come out in the past and spoken very openly about her eating disorders and the things she struggled with. They're going, you could have come up with something better that wasn't just slamming fat people.
Well, it is a song about self-loathing, and she's clearly making the point that no matter what comes up on those scales, she will feel fat because she's body dysmorphic.
Yeah,
Right?
sure.
So that's her own internal dialogue that's going on. And this is what we were talking about. I'm sorry that triggered people, but I also have to respect the fact that as an artist, Taylor Swift is telling a story of how she sees the world and how the world affects her, and you either choose to get something out of that or not, but it's not about anyone else. It's about her.
Yeah, and perhaps, that's certainly what the lyrics are suggesting, that she's written the song about herself and the things she's dealt with. But like someone like Magda Skabansky, for example, she's come out and said, well, it's interesting to her that you are banned from attacking just about every other identity, but except being fat. Why aren't fat people protected from vilification?
I think she's used the wrong word there, though, the word attack.
I do.
Because I don't think that Taylor Swift in this film clip's not attacking fat people. If she was attacking fat people, that'd be very obvious. There'd be language and there'd be a particular type of way that sort of video clip would come across. She's clearly having a go at herself. So this is where I think that the entire thing has gotten it wrong. I understand that people are triggered by the use of the word fat. I get that. But the whole use of the word attack, this isn't an attack. This is her saying, this is the stuff that I've had to deal with.
Yeah, and I don't think Magda was saying that she feels attacked by, but they're just saying that it's fat phobia. It's like putting a negative attitude surrounding being large, that the worst thing that could have possibly happened to Taylor Swift was to step on the scales and find out she was fat. And so it's about going, there are many other words she could have used to describe the feeling. Like fat is not a feeling. So if she's having all these feelings that are leading her to this point, that it didn't need to be fat. So other people were saying, there are other words you could have used, like unworthy, the problem, unlovable, bad, not good enough, broken.
Well, and when those people write a song and express themselves the way that they see the world, they can use that word.
Yeah, like it's an interesting debate because I understand and I totally get your point of view and I don't know where I sit in this, but I go that it is unfair that we go, well, you can't talk about that person that way, but it's okay to bag fat people or say that the worst thing ever is to be fat.
I know we have to be quick here, but there's a lot of alcohol, clearly she's reflecting on alcohol abuse in that clip as well, but no one's sort of coming out about that. As if that's an attack on people with addiction problems.
Well, yeah, sure.
Because it's about her. It's not about anyone else.
Yeah.
Well, I'm offended because she didn't include anything about Italians. So, cop that.
There you go.
Swift.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we're all offended today.
Yeah.
So